that open micer, Tony. What's Tony's name that did the Puerto Rican jokes at Madison Square Garden yesterday? Maybe he's the man for being an idiot, for his lame hack jokes about Puerto Rico. Maybe he's the man for being an idiot. But good for him, man. He got quite the exposure. Everyone's talking about the Tony. I forget his last name. He's one of Joe Rogan's friends. I think Joe Rogan has a bunch of comedians in his circle that are uber famous, but I don't think their talent matches their fame. And before you get all crazed about that, look, the same thing happened with Opie and Anthony. We had our crew of comedians, but they weren't the funniest comedians working. They were really good, and they did some great stuff for the Opie and Anthony show, but they weren't the best of the best. And that's the same thing that's happening with Joe Rogan and his little circle of comedians. You know, if Joe Rogan embraces you, even if you're just an okay comic, you're going to make stupid money and have incredible exposure. And I think the Tony guy is one of those type of guys. I guess he's a good roaster, but I don't know if he's an actual good stand-up comedian. I even asked that on Twitter, and people lost their minds. I'm like, oh, God, how easy is it to trigger you idiots? So maybe the Tony dude, who I don't even know his last name, Richie Rich. That's how much I've been paying attention to the Tony dude. I know he does the Kill Tony podcast, which is a huge podcast that's obviously based on the old Opie and Anthony bit, which we used to do, which was car crash comedy. It was our bit on the radio. We brought in like guys just starting out in comedy. We had them do a set, and then we beat the shit out of them and gave them a little advice by the end of it. If you're a hardcore Opie and Anthony fan, you remember that bit.